Hey, good afternoon there, sweet peas. Basic Prepper Mom Myra. Sorry I've been a little MIA. I did go over to Nevada, went over there Sunday, and just now coming back. It's about a 3.5 hour drive one way for me to get over to my mom's. My mom is lives by herself, which she should not. We're in the process of trying to move her back over here for the third time. Anyway, long story. But she is on a very, very fixed, limited income. She just gets Social Security, and that's it. So I took a whole bunch of groceries over there, and while I was there, I did a whole bunch of meal preps. I actually bought her a little tiny chest freezer, and thankfully, she doesn't lose power a lot over there. So fingers crossed on that. But we were able to do meal preps and put a whole bunch of meals in the freezer for her and kind of fill her freezer up. So she should be good for quite a while. Hoping to make it back over there at least a couple more times before the snow comes in and I can't get over there anymore. Or it makes it more difficult to get over there. Ran into snow actually. It's kind of turned into rain because we're dropping in elevation, but up over the pass it definitely was snow, and I don't do snow. I've been in Northern Cali for over 30 years, and I am still a Florida girl, and the only white stuff that I like is my white sand beaches, and that's it. I don't like snow. I don't. It's pretty to look at from inside for a brief period of time, and then I'm good. So anyway, but had to go over there and kind of get her situated, because I know the weather is coming in over there, and she does get some snow where she's at, so, and it gets really cold where she's at too, so had to get her situated. Anyhow, for those of you who are unaware, the governor of California, I don't say my governor, our governor, the governor of California, if that's what you want to call him, which I don't look at him, I don't listen to him because I can't. He reminds me of Hitler and his greasy, slicked back hair and everything, and I can't do it. I can't do it. Physically makes me ill to listen to him talk. But he is over in China right now. Well, that's weird. That's really weird, because do you see other governors of other states heading over to China? Do you see them doing diplomatic relations with a foreign country? Specifically China? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe I have. So he keeps saying that he is not going to be on the Democratic ticket for 2024 presidential election. BS. He's either going to be on the ticket, he's going to kind of at the last minute, or they're going to slip him in somewhere, somehow. And if y'all are not from California, you really need to look into him, because he has done disastrous things here. He is hypocritical. He will tell the state of California and the Californians, you need to do this, and we're going to do this, and for you, and blah, blah. And he turns right around with him and his personal family and does just the opposite, because he doesn't want to do that. It's not really good. It's not a good idea. It's good for everybody else, but just not for him and his family. Not to mention, he just made this place a crap hole. Just a crap hole. Anyway, he is interested in money, power, and that's it. So greed and power, that's his thing right there. Doesn't matter. And for those of you that were like, well, Trump was all about greed and power, money and all that. Yeah, I have to agree. I think he was. However, he still kept America in mind. He still kept the people of America in mind. Why? Because, to be quite honest, I'm sure he wanted to protect his investments in the United States. So he was going to try to bring jobs back. He was going to try to he's bringing companies back to the United States to do business here, because, yeah, he probably did have some sort of financial gain. But you know what? Doesn't matter, because it was still helping the American people. It was still beneficial to the American people. I don't care if he made billions of dollars, as long as he helped the American people, brought jobs back, gave them jobs, allowed them to have an income, make it easier on them. Absolutely, 100%. I am all for that. But Newsom, and that's what he is. He's scum. He is scum. Newsom, no. He's not about that. He's about himself and his family, and that's it. And he's just disgusting. Like some of the stuff that he's done in the past, just disgusting. Nasty, disgusting. But anyway, I don't even know why. Okay, I'm just going to stop right now. I'm just going to stop. Sorry, my ears were plugged up and I had to get them popped there. Woo. The main reason I wanted to be on here is I've had people have discussions with me and ask me, hey, what do you think about what's going on overseas? Or they bring something up and they go, oh, did you hear this, and this happened? Or did you hear about this going on overseas? Or did you hear about this deployment? Or did you hear about this strategy? Or did you hear about this going on? And my answer to all of that, what do you think about that? Or, well, you know that this is what's going on, right? Like this. And my answer to all that is I don't care. I don't care. To a point. I believe in being empathetic. I believe in being sympathetic. I believe in being caring and loving and having a big heart to those who have been affected by all of this stuff. Absolutely, 100%. I believe in that. However, when it comes to myself and my family, I don't care what goes on over there. The only reason that I am somewhat aware or try to be aware is when I look at conflicts that we have overseas, I look at that and go, okay, how does that affect me and my family personally? Now, first of all, I support the military. I support veterans. I support our men and women who are on the front lines. I absolutely 100% support our troops. And I will absolutely 100% support them till the day I die. I don't support some of the higher ups and the decisions that they have made over the years. I don't support the military being softer. I don't support any of that. But I do support our men and women who are over there. Having said that, if we end up in a draft, I believe that they will take the young men first and then they will take women. Okay, they're going to start with males and then I think they'll take females. Do I think that there will be a draft? I honestly don't know. I honestly cannot say one way or the other. It would suck, and as a mom, it would break my heart because all three of my kids, both my girls and my son, all three of my kids are of age. And my son has special needs, but I just, that would break my heart. Absolutely. I don't want my children to ever move out and leave me, let alone go across, overseas and across the pond and do whatever, Yeah, no, I would be a basket case. So when I look at things that are going on overseas and how stretched thin we are, even though they tell us, oh no, we could have troops deployed all over the world and we would still have enough, we would still be okay. I don't believe that because numbers are down. I don't believe that, but whatever. Recruitment's down. But when I look at things that are going on overseas, I want to be aware 100%. Because I need to see how it's going to affect me and my family. For instance, there's always going to be something new, by the way. There's always going to be something. There's going to be another shiny to follow. So, we had the Russian-Ukraine thing. That went on for a while. And now we've got the Israel-Palestine Hamas thing going on. Ooh, sorry. Couldn't talk there for a minute. I believe that'll go on for about another week or two. And then we'll see something else happen. There'll be another shiny to follow. And whether that's Taiwan and China coming in, I don't know. But there'll be another shiny to follow on that. That's okay. So when we looked at Ukraine and Russia, we knew that Ukraine was a big exporter, they export and import to us of grain. So then we talked about, oh crap, there's going to be a grain shortage. So please look out for, your grains. Go ahead right now. You better stock up on your grains while you can, which I did. Well, now they're talking about a shortage on ammunition because 2 large manufacturing plants in the United States that manufacture ammo have come out and said, yes, we are stopping the manufacturing of ammo for retail sales, and we are just going to focus on the wartime effort. So all of our ammo is going to be produced and sent overseas for the different wars that are over there. So that is going to not just see a huge shortage for us as consumers, but also a huge price increase. Now, I've kind of heard that for a while. I finally asked I'm just going to say my family member, because I do have my family member who is in the industry and has been in the industry for probably the last 6 or 7 years. 6 years, I think here. So she's been in the industry, the firearm industry, for the last 6 years. So I finally had to ask her. I said, so I hear about these shortages. What are you hearing? And she specifically said, your husband told me not to tell you. Well, as soon as she said that, I went, okay, then it must be true. I said, well, you're going to have to tell me now. And she goes, yeah. She goes, we're actually hearing that the shortages are going to be basically just like they were during COVID. Okay. When you couldn't find anything. And I was like, awesome. Not only could you not find anything, but the prices were just absolutely through the roof. So right now, with the conflict over there, what I would stock up at, what I would go out and stock up on would be Freedom Seeds. Stock up on brass, baby. Brass, baby. That's what I would do right now at this moment, while continuing to stock and store food and medication and stuff like that, which is fine. Which, you know, I think we all have to do. That should actually be a continuous thing. That shouldn't be just I'm going to go do it now. That should be a continuous thing, that every time you go to the store, that you're at least getting 1 or 2 items extra that you can add to your stores. You should always be doing that, no matter if it's food or medication. Always, 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 always. That's just me. But I would be focusing on your Freedom Seeds and focusing on getting what you can. Now, when we talk about stocking up on Freedom Seeds, I'm just going to say you will be surprised how fast they go. My girls and I used to do shooting sports, and we used to do competition. And just in one day of comp, we did action pistol, basically is what it was. In one day of comp, each one of us would go through anywhere from 500 to 700 rounds, depending on the courses, depending on how many courses, depending on what the courses were. Okay, so 500 to 700 rounds is what we would go through just for each of us in one day. One day. That's a lot of money, first of all. That's a lot of ammo. When you have 3 people competing, that's a lot of ammo for one day. So when you start talking about stocking and storing, and when you hear, which this has always cracked me up, when you hear stories on the news, I remember hearing it was one of the somebody that was a potential shooter that they had arrested or whatever, and when they arrested him, they went and searched his house, and the news reports there were over 200 rounds of ammunition in his house. And I have to laugh, and I have to go, I have that, and like, that's in my, that's nothing. That's nothing. 200 rounds. Whoop-de-doo-dah day. That literally would not even do a one day of competition for us. So, when you talk about stocking and storing rounds, get whatever you can, but just know that I don't think you could ever really have enough because of how fast it goes. And when you look at, if you're just stocking and storing and going, okay, this is just emergency, this is in case I need it, that's great. But you still need to be training. You still need to be learning. You still need to be doing things. And when you're talking about training and learning, and actually doing not just dry fire practice, when you're actually looking at practicing with your firearm and getting the targets out, you're going to go through quite a bit of ammo. And I think you'll be surprised if you have not done that before. I think you'll be surprised at how fast it actually goes. Because when we go out and train and practice, it is so surprising to me all the time how quickly, and especially when you've got 4 or 5 people, yeah, it goes really fast. So I would say stock up on Freedom Seeds while you can at this time. Continue to do what you're doing, and just kind of keep going and push forward. I mean, that's all we can do, right? Keep abreast as to what's going on out there, but don't let it bog you down. Don't let it focus you. Don't let it just get to you. Don't be involved in everything that's out there. Like, don't be involved in protesting and stuff like that, because that's just taking away from what you need to do. So that's what I have to talk about today. It is a little bit longer. Continue to practice and continue to prep up and do what you can do. And once again, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.